All right, let's get this thing started. Hey, welcome to episode 248. Good evening. Welcome to the show. I think I got the audio working tonight. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on Twitter again. We're going to try this one more time to see if we can get the trifecta going. Good evening, everyone. It's January 13th, episode 248. Looks like Lee checks in, Lori's here, Marsha's here, Glenda's here, Bev is here, Maria, Diane, Randy, very nice. Maria is here as well. Super duper. Diane checks in. I saw a whole bunch of people at the very beginning. Jan is here, Judy, Charlene, Connie, Sarah, Rebecca, Matt's here, Sue is here. Awesome. Let's see, Carrie, Debbie from Rockford, Illinois, Diane is here, Glenda's here, Donna's here. Wow, look at this awesome list of people checking in. Jeannie checks in, Betty checks in on YouTube, and Twitter is rolling just fine as well. Dan says the Jets win today. It was a good day. Patriots win today, even better day. So Patriots, Chargers, and we'll see who wins that match. And then the Jets play the Saints, right? Is that the deal? So very, very fun. Susan, I think we have the sound working. Hey guys, just out of curiosity, do you notice a difference in the sound or no? If you don't, that's fine. I'm just curious if you do. I hooked up a brand new microphone tonight to try and get different audio. So hopefully it sounds okay. I believe it's going to sound better, but I need your input on that. So hopefully it sounds good. Karen is here from Greece, 4 a.m., but you finally made it. Awesome. Very, very nice. Lee says Lee is watching you on the logo, Apple logo. Colette says just pre-ordered my tour shirt. Thank you for that. So I did something a little different this time. I haven't even designed them yet. So the design you see is just something I threw out just to kind of give you a visual. But we'll get a awesome design. That part, I promise you. And we'll get the design going. The pre-order will help me make the first initial buy. And then after that, we will... after that, we'll get the actual orders going. But I'll jack the price up for those who didn't pre-order. So you got a week to pre-order. So very nice. So Rams play the Saints. Okay. I follow football like this much, you know. So Marie says, Karen is here from Greece, and I'm so happy to be here. New Jersey, sound is good. Very nice. Sounds good to me. Does it sound different, or does it just sound good? It's okay. Like I said, I'm just curious. I brought this microphone here in. It's just slightly better. Anyway, it's the microphone I was using for the show. I finally got it hooked into this conglomeration as well. Whew. All right. So let's see. A lot of pre-orders. Thank you guys for that. So that enables me to get the whole thing squared away and going, and we'll take care of that. So for those just checking in, obviously, email in onair@fatdag.com. That's how you get your email on the show. It's the only way. Even if you email mike@fatdag.com, I don't put it on the show because I'm thinking, I don't know if it's for the show. I don't know if it's for me. So onair@fatdag.com. It's right here, over here. Onair@fatdag.com. That's how you get your email on the show. Couple folks did that today, and that's what we're going to talk about. The Chiefs play the Patriots, says Wendy. Very nice. Did I say that? I must have said it backwards. I knew that, but I just said it wrong. Very, very fun. Patricia says sounds clearer. Lisa says I think it sounds clearer. Yeah, so that was my hope, is that this microphone would be significantly better, and I believe that is the case. So very nice, very cool. Parma, Ohio's in the house again, says Barb. Lee says ignore my ranting. Whew, gotcha. Jan says how do I pre-order? Right now the link is on fatdag.com. And that's the only, on fatdag.com you can pre-order, and you can also go to the store under merch. It'll be there for a week. I'm only pre-ordering for a week, and then after that I will stop all sales until I get the designs in and then the shirts in hand. So, and then I'll jack the price to make it fair. So, whew, very fun. It's looking a lot like the CPU is just not handling this 3-stream thing again, so bear with me on this. Sorry if this is going to be kind of crazy. I think we're going to be okay, but Jane says, did we miss the live show where you were in your new studio? So no, so the studio engineer came today. That's exciting. I was going to go live when he got here. He didn't want to go live. I could tell by talking to him, he didn't want to go live. So I opted to not go live. But here's the deal. He took some measurements. He measured some things. We talked equipment. We talked gear. And he's getting me a quote for what it's going to take to convert the studio to exactly what I need. My number one need, really, honestly, the thing I need more than anything is a soundproof room so that when it's time to do a show, or even an hour and a half, I could have done a show 2 hours ago, but there's too much going on in the house. I need a soundproof room to be able to do that. So that's my number one need, is to get a room that I can have that's closed off to the rest of the house, no feet vibration, no anything, and then we can have that. So that's number one need. Number two is then build that space in so that it actually turns into an actual studio, on-air guest, in-person guest, all kinds of stuff like that. So you didn't miss it. I just did not go live in the middle of the afternoon like I thought that I might. Whew. All right. Karen D checks in from Long Island over on Facebook. Ontario checks in. Judy. So we're now completely international. Completely international. Chris is here. Good evening to you, sir. Sarah says, that's greatly. Very cool. Iowa checks in. Helen. Let's see. Jane. Yeah. So Jane, it is super cool. I'm excited. I think I showed you the drawing of the plans. So that was kind of, we have the drawings out, but the whole project, I think, he asked me what my budget was, and I had no idea, right? I mean, but for what I truly want to do down there, I said it's probably going to cost me about $20,000. And he goes, oh, I think I can do it for less than that. So we'll see how much of a dream this truly is, but I think it's doable, right? And I think I just want to go for it. I want to make sure that my number one goal is to do this daily, truly daily, and consistently, like at 4 or 5 in the afternoon and 6, 7 in the evening. But I can't do that in my current configuration. Just the house just does not allow it. I just saw a comment on Twitter, says, I'm having trouble locating your app. Go to the App Store, in your App Store, whether it's Google App Store or your Apple App Store. Look for WhysAdvice with FatDag. It's in the App Store, I promise you. If you can't find it, go to fatdag.com, and there's a link right there directly into the App Store. So that'll be good. Good. So, let's see what else we got. Deb says, hey, from Tennessee. And then Jen says, it feels good to be here. I've had a rough day. I think that's what the coolest thing is, that this is such a community of people who we get each other and we support each other. It's awesome in that regard. Jessica checks in from Los Angeles. Very nice. Good evening to you. Let's see. All right, so episode, what are we on? My notes say 191. I don't think we're at 191 anymore. 248. Episode 248 we're at. 2 more to 250. Dina says, this show always picks me up. The show picks me up, too. So, let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. So that's so Debbie says, bouncing over to YouTube, need to drive home, and Facebook doesn't work. So, but no, truly, the show picks me up as well. It gets me. There is a point in the day where it's just like, and I would really love in the middle of the day just to be like, hey, we're doing a show now. That's just how it's going to be. I need a show. You need a show. Let's do a show and get it done. So, well, I got to tell you, though, I was noticing, I kind of keep an eye on the statistics on the actual podcast downloads. And, oops, hang on, let me fix something. A lot of the podcast downloads aren't downloaded nearly as often on the weekend as they are during the week. So, just FYI, I think, I think a lot of it we can get clearly get to the point where we need more focus on the weekend. The podcast is available for you. So don't forget about that. It's funny when I look at the numbers, there's a definite dip on the weekends. So, interesting. Connie from Annapolis, good evening to you. Dee is here. Donna, Dee, good evening to you. Alice says hello to Debbie. Janice checks in out of Bloomington, Indiana. Sorry, Janice. Debbie says car, not Wi-Fi, so YouTube works better on the data plan. Got it. Hello from Bayside, Queens, New York. Ellen, good evening to you. And then Michelle says, off focus today, need this podcast to get the week going. That's the whole plan. We're gonna kick tomorrow off happy. Tomorrow we have a chat for all the patrons. We have a Mundag chat from 3 to 4 in the afternoon. For those of you who already know about that, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow at 3. That's for certain. Other than that, let's go ahead and get this thing going, shall we? Jason checks in for Louisiana. Very nice. La Crosse, Wisconsin. Deb checks in. All right. Bev says, I've missed a few myself. All right. So are we ready for this? This episode, 248, features 3 emails. Karen out of Greece, and she's joining us. It's 4 a.m., and she's up to catch this episode. So let's talk quietly while she still gets a moment to wake up. Nicole, and then someone by the name of Marsha out of Cleveland, Ohio, has an email for this particular show. So that's episode 248. We will go ahead and we'll get that. I got to warn you, this one may be one of those, it may be one of those shows where you grab some tissues. Just saying. Just saying. As always, thanks to all the amazing folks who support the podcast. That list is right here. That list is right here. Those of you who have provided the financial support to keep the podcast going, I can't tell you what that means, truly. When I started this thing, I thought $45 a month out of my pocket would save me, and we're nowhere near that in the expense side of the world. But it's all good. But this group of people here truly helping keeping this thing going. So thank you for that. If you're interested, it's as little as $1 a month, really, and I appreciate it greatly. FatDag.com. Click on the Become a Patron link. We'll get you in there. Jamie says, thanks for your sticker. Yeah, so I send out stickers similar to this one, or actually similar, exactly like this one, to those who have made a pledge. And so I do it kind of quarterly, and I do it based on the new folks. So every once in a while, I'll go back and catch some old people up. But yeah, so that's kind of the deal there. So Jamie, you're very welcome. Thank you for the support, for real. Appreciate that. Janice says she cried on the very first email, so and that's reading it. So imagine hearing and interacting. So cool. Judy checks in and says, "Who dat?" And Michelle says, "Hello, Marsha." Cool. Are you guys ready for 248? I'm ready. Let's get some. Like I said, the microphone looks good. I think we're good. I think it's just time to do this. D says, order the 2019 shirt. So excited. I can't wait to get the designs back. So the design I put out there is just something I made on Photoshop in like 3 seconds just to give a quick visual. But it's going to be way cooler than that, I promise you. If you thought the 2018 shirt was awesome, you wait till 2019. Whew. The cities on the back of the shirt are about 95% confirmed. I realized I had a typo in Minneapolis, and then I had a typo. I left out New Hampshire off the list. So those are still in the works. I just I screwed up that opportunity to get that squared away. Whew. Lee says, I want 3,673 shirts. What are the odds you'll do that? I'll do it, buddy. You order them and pay for them, I will get them ready for you, for sure. And Marsha says, love the red. The red will be consistent. I am going with red for sure. Anyway, so this is episode 248. Let's get some water in, shall we? You guys ready for that? I'm ready for some water. Cheers. Once again, forgot to take the water out of the fridge before the show. Ooh, brain freeze. Yeah, Marsha said, do the shirts run small? Most people seem to think they run true to size. So it'll be the same shirt as last year. That's the plan. So I think it'll be the same quality. A couple people asked for tank tops. We'll see. Yeah, Harper asked again, any chance of getting tanks for this batch? Want to pre-order, but I prefer the tank. I tell you what, Harper, if I order tank, I'm not inclined to order tanks, but if I order tanks and you've already pre-ordered, I'll get you one. Right? Let's do that. But I don't know. I just don't know about that. I don't know. Does that make sense? I just don't know about tanks. I mean, there's really no reason why I can't order tanks, right? It's just a matter of saying, tanks. I want tanks. So we'll figure it out. Shoot me you want like a really thin tank? Like, are you going to wear something underneath it? Or, I guess I don't know what you mean by that, I guess. Let's go there. So shoot me a picture of what you're thinking. Not all of you. Harper, shoot me a picture, because she's the one that asked first. So, yeah, cool. All right, let's do episode, whatever it is, 248. Billy, I saw you checking in, and I got your email, too. I was on a board meeting just before this episode. We're officially recording. We go test. That looks good there. Let's see. Lisa, I can make you a tank, right? You want a tank top? I will make you a tank top for sure. I have a pair of scissors over here, and I can make a tank top in about 4 seconds per short. It'll be an extra $5 handling fee, but we can do that. Whew. Delilah says, hey, all, I just got to the party. What did I miss? You missed the water drinking. That's all you missed. You missed the opening to the show. That's all you missed. Nothing good. So here we go. Are you ready for 248? I'm ready for 248. Let's open up this email and let's do it. We are recording. We're good there. So thanks for all of you who have reminded me. We're recording. Let's see. All right, cool. Here we go. Whew. I am your host, FatDag. You're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello, welcome to episode 248. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us live. Always good to hang out with you guys. I think the pre-show sometimes is way more fun than the actual show itself. I don't know what you guys think, but for those of you joining us on the podcast, you're missing out. Get in on the live show. Get in over on YouTube. Tonight we're on Twitter as well, and we're, of course, always live on Facebook. Good to be here. Good to hang out with you on a Sunday evening, watching you guys continue to crush your goals and get it done. Got a pretty big announcement that we made this afternoon on Facebook. Put out the short list of all the dates for the 2019. I'm going to call it the Carpe Dagum Deliberate Tour. So Carpe Dagum, seize the day deliberately. That's what we're working on this time of year. We're going to make sure that we are deliberate in our action. I got a list of about 12 cities we're going to come visit. You can pre-order the 2019 tour shirt from fatdag.com. Click on the store link. Go down to the merchandise link, and you'll see the red shirt there for the 2019. You can pre-order it before it's even designed. A little bit of trust, I get it, but that's why you're going to save a little bit of money on it before I jack the price up to the general folks who just aren't exactly sure if they want one yet or not. So get in on that. It's only open for a week, about a week from today. This is January 13th, so on the 20th, I will shut the pre-order link down, send out the order, and then order the batch, and then whatever's left over, that's what we have left over. We'll go from there. So thank you, all of you, for already who've jumped in on that deal. Truly appreciate that. That's what helped keep that going. I'll solidify the designs. I'll solidify the dates and the tour stops pretty soon and get that information out to you. But that's where you can find it. As always, thanks for those who have stepped up as a Patreon as well, as a patron as well in the Patreon app, fatdag.com. Click on the Become a Patron link. Your monthly contribution helps keep this show going and just helps me kind of just keep it all running smoothly. So thank you, all of you, for that. At the end of each live show, we scroll the names of those who have stepped up and made that pledge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It's as little as $1 a month. You know, you can certainly do more, but for $1 a month, auto debit on a debit card is just easy to show your support. And you know what else it does? It reminds you once a month when you get a bill and for $1 in your inbox, you go, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be paying attention to FatDag. So very, very fun. Debbie joins us on YouTube. She says, Mike is wearing my shirt. This is the shirt she sent to me. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I needed it today, and I wanted to make sure I had some good focus to get today started. Let's go ahead and open the show with Karen's email. She comes in all the way from Greece. It's 4 a.m. in the morning as we record this. She's joining us live on Facebook, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. Grab some tissues if you don't already have them. It's a long email, but it's absolutely worth it. I didn't want to edit a single word out of it. It was that good. So here we go into that. So the first email, she says, I hate FatDag. First of all, I want to wish everyone a motivated, focused, successful, Happy New Year. That was how 2018 ended for me, which made it the best year for me in decades. And that is how I would like this year to be for all of you wonderful friends of mine, my wingmen. Before I begin, I'd like to express a special thanks to you, FatDag. You can imagine how much my journey changed when a new gorgeous friend of mine, Maria, told me about you and recommended that I should join your group on Facebook. I joined. I downloaded your app. I began listening to as many podcasts as possible. And do you know what? You and all my wingmen became family to me. I know family is a strong word, but that's how I feel because you supported me more than anyone else in my life. I have so many things going on in my life that sometimes I have difficulty in commenting on other people's posts on Facebook, but I try daily, and it's so touching how everybody supports everyone. Well, before I tell you about the year 2018, I have to tell you a little bit about myself, which I've been meaning to do for a long time now, so here it is. I was born and grew up in Denmark in a very loving and caring family. However, due to some health problems, I went through some very tough bullying at school, which made me a very sensitive and emotional person with little to no self-esteem at all. After one more bullying incident at the age of 11, which resulted in me being absent for school for 4 months, my parents discovered how miserable I was despite my always smiley face. They suggested that I should take up a self-defense sport, so I took up judo, which totally changed my life. I realized that I had found something where people had a great mentality and I gained a lot of self-confidence. At the age of 16, I won the Danish championship and became a member of the Danish national judo team, which made me the strong and determined person that I am today. And that's why I'm telling you all this. Unfortunately, a training accident put an unexpected end to my judo career, but at least I had become a whole new, confident person. At the age of 19, I decided to get married to my Greek fiancé and therefore moved to Greece. Difficult? Yes, leaving my small family behind, it certainly was, but I've always believed that nothing is impossible as long as you're willing to do what it takes to make things work. I found an amazing and supportive family-in-law, and within a very short time, I spoke the language fluently. 1 year later, I had my first son. 3 years later, my second one. Unfortunately, the same year I was diagnosed with asthma and had to take strong medication, and after losing our third 2-month-old baby boy 3 years later, I began gaining weight. I gained about 50 pounds within a year, and I went into a serious depression for about 10 years. To make a long story short, at the age of 51, I reached the weight of 325 pounds 1.5 years ago, and I was sure that I was going to be obese for the rest of my life. Did I like myself? No, of course not. But after being on and off different kinds of diets, I was sure that it was meant to be. I just didn't have the determination it took to make a diet work for me, so I just stopped trying. Through the years, I had tried to become used to people commenting unpolitely on my appearance. Even being told that I couldn't get a ride because their cars weren't built for so much weight. There were so many times when I was crying inside me because of this discrimination of theirs. Whenever I went home to Denmark on vacation, my big worry was always if the seat in the airplane was wide enough, even though I love flying. The flight was mostly very uncomfortable. What a problem that was. Then, the summer of 2018, I suddenly had to get into surgery to prevent getting cancer, and guess what happened? I couldn't find a hospital having an operation table strong enough for, quote, people of my size. After 2 months of begging and searching, I was finally admitted into a hospital. I got checked very thoroughly because of my physical condition, and on the 30th of August, I finally had my surgery. Again, because of my then 320 pounds, I was put in intensive care for the first 2 days, suffering from awful pains and the painkillers, etc. I just couldn't cover my needs, and the painkillers just couldn't cover my needs, and instead of going home after 5 days, I left the hospital in 12. Most of the doctors and nurses were very kind to me, and they tried in an amazing, encouraging way to make me realize how important it was for me to lose weight. But what really hit me was when a very impolite doctor one day called me a lying elephant. Yes, you read that correctly. That was what he called me. I had been through some extremely tough days after the surgery, and with him insulting me in front of the others, it was like being slapped. I decided that it was going to be the last time that anyone insults me because of my weight, and that was the decision that was going to change my life. I had a hard time getting over my operation, but what I managed to do was to maintain the 12 pounds which I lost during my days in the hospital. In April, while searching online, I decided to start Weight Watchers Points Plus, which my sister had introduced me to a few years earlier. I found some support groups on Facebook and downloaded a great points app. You see, there's no Weight Watchers here in Greece, so I was all alone, but I was determined that this time I was going to make it work because I considered it my final call. It was now or never. I decided that I wanted to live, to see my children and grandchildren grow up, to enjoy life as I believed I deserved. The most important thing was that in my mind, there was no doubt that I would succeed this time, and that maybe that made all the world a difference. You always point out how essential finding our why is, and that was very easy for me. My experience during the previous summer had frightened me so much and affected me in so many ways that I realized the next time, if it's needed, I might die while trying to find a hospital for people of, quote, my size. That's the really scary thing to think about. So now you know my why is. I know why my why is my driving force. So on April 10th, 2018, I began my journey on Weight Watchers Points Plus, and of course, knowing how important setting short-term goals is, my first one was to lose 50 pounds by September 8th, when my youngest son was getting married. And I did it. I remember this day with such joy. Not only because he married the queen of his heart, but because I was feeling so good. I was 62 pounds lighter than 1 year earlier, and I was shining. I had reached my first goal, and I was able to dance the whole evening, enjoying myself. I felt the whole world was lying in front of me, welcoming me to a life in endless dimensions, and nobody could erase that big smile on my face. During the summer, I had also taken up exercising to Leslie Sanson's walking videos. And for a person like me, not having done any kind of exercise for 25 years, that was a huge accomplishment too. I began with 1 mile, and at this point, I'm doing 3 miles a day. Maybe that doesn't sound like anything extreme to most people, but for me, it is huge. I have changed my lifestyle completely during these 9 months, and just before Christmas, I hit a 74-pound continuous weight loss since April, and now I'm at a weight that I was 25 years ago. Wow, is that amazing? 25 years ago. I've learned to make much wiser choices, and I'm so focused on my whys and short-term goals that everything just comes to me at ease. I'm not ashamed of admitting that I'm so proud of myself, and that coming so far has turned my whole life upside down. Meaning that I've gained so much self-esteem and confidence that I allow myself to feel comfortable when people comment positively on my experience. For the first time in 27 years, I feel beautiful. Not only on the inside, but outside as well. Is that too much? No, not any of us, because we deserve to feel this way. By supporting one another and with the priceless help of our fellow wingmen and your amazing podcast, we have become unstoppable. So FatDag, this is the message I want to give everyone. We can do this. We have all the tools needed, but we have to put the priority on the tools inside our minds. So let's set our goals for the year 2019. Let's make this our year by concentrating on our whys. Let's do this and be proud. By the way, my goal for 2019 is to hit my long-term goal, which is about half of my weight of the summer of 2016, and I'm going to do it. The question is, who is going to be by my side and doing it with me as well? This is my personal commitment to myself and to all of you, and I'm not going to let you down. I hope I haven't used up too much of your time, but I really needed to get these things off my chest. Sending my best wishes to all of you from the other side of the Atlantic. I wish everybody an exceptional year and good focus. Karen out of Greece. Folks, that right there sums up so much of this journey. If you didn't hear the mental battle that it was won over and over and over again, I need you to go back and listen to this. All the way back in the very, very beginning, at the age of 11, she found a support group. She found what we now have built here. Karen, you found a group of people who understood where you were and wanted to walk with you and make you a champion. You did that. You've carried the title of champion since you were 11 or 16 years old. And you've carried that forever with you. You can never take that title away. Sure, other people can come in and gain new titles, but once the title of champion is given to you, it's yours for life. And so it's the same thing in this community. Once we give you the title of lifetime, it's yours for life. But you got to find a group of people who understand you. You got to find this community who can walk with you, and you have done that. Welcome to the WhysWingman group. Welcome to this side of the planet. Welcome to everything that is awesome. You fit in absolutely wonderful in this group. We are so glad to have you with us. Now, I think the coolest thing is as you understand, as you went through, ups and downs and so many tragic things in your life, you had that champion instinct that was given to you that enabled you to continue to push forward and carry on. We all understand that, did I like myself? Of course not, and being on so many different diets, many of us believe that we're just destined for our entire life to be overweight. We've tried them all and they don't work for us, so therefore we just make the assumption, well, maybe I'm just supposed to be overweight. Maybe that's my destiny, and you finally understood that that's not true. And it takes some time to get that, but that's not true for anybody. No one is destined to be overweight. Everybody has the capability to completely change their life. You've outlined it. What we have to do is we have to understand that the shame and the guilt is a true, raw, real emotion. We have to understand that those emotions are going to set in, but we can't let them take root. We can't let them take a hold of our life and stop us from being the champion that we always have wanted to be and that we're completely capable of being. You've gone through too much ridicule in your life for folks to just sit there and not understand the journey. It's my number one complaint on this planet is people don't understand the journey. And so even so much as, I'm going to go through extremes here, but if you started out at 1,000 pounds and you lost half of your body weight and you got down to 500 pounds, the entire planet would just jump for joy at your amazing success. But there would be people who would see you at 500 pounds and they would judge you and not understand the journey that you've walked. this forum. We understand the journey. We accept you no matter what, because this journey is forever lasting and keeps on going. So I apologize for that doctor, not for him. I apologize that you had to hear his terrible words. You know, there's absolutely no reason for that. It's completely uncalled for. In all of society, we're going to deal with stuff like that, and it's 100% disgusting to hear someone even say that. So I apologize on behalf of him for doing that. I'm sure if I could talk to him in person, I would get him to apologize as well. But what you did with that knowledge, I think, is the most powerful thing ever. You took his words and you determined you had a choice. You said, this will be the last time that anybody insults me because of my weight. And you made that true. And so that's what the gift that he gave you. I know we don't call it a gift back then, but if you look back on it, that was an amazing gift that he gave you. And it was, he didn't know he was giving it, so it's not a gift from him. You accepted it as a gift on behalf of an ignorant person. But that is the turning point in your life where you said, I no longer want to allow other people to have the opportunity to make fun of me. You then took and you made it work. I think what the cool thing about this is that you said you were determined that this time you were going to make it work because you considered this your final call. Now, very, very glad that you found the WW program. I think it's fantastic that you did. But I think what is true in that sentence is that you said I was determined that this time I was going to make it work because it was my final call. I'm confident at any point that any plan will work for you because you understand truly why you're doing this and you have that focus and determination of a champion to get it done. There is no doubt that you'll succeed this time, and that does make all the difference. So as we walk this journey, if there is doubt in your journey, I get that and I understand that. Allow me now to cast that doubt aside for you. Allow me to tell you when I believe in you, that I truly believe in you. Believe it when I say that. If you have doubt, that's fine. I don't have doubt on your behalf. I know for a fact you can do it. I know for a fact every single person can do it. Allow that belief to carry you forward until you believe it. Allow the Wingman in our Facebook group to carry you forward until you believe you can do it. When you get there, it's a whole new world. Everything turns around. Now, if the chance comes for the surgery for you and another opportunity, you're in a much better place. You've now saved yourself. You've now taken control of your health. And you've now made it possible to get continued health care as you go forward. Doesn't that feel awesome? Congratulations to you. You have done this by setting small goals along the way. We can't set a goal on day one to instantly see the end result. Well, we don't know what the end result is going to look like. So what we have to do is we have to set goals along the way that keep us moving in that direction. You set a goal of losing 50 pounds. You did it. You continue to set goals, and you're doing it. Set goals every step of the way. Knock them off and do it. That's what success looks like. It doesn't take long in your journey of success as you start checking off goals to add more to it, and you start adding a little bit more challenging goals too, because it just feels so good to be a champion. I want to caution you on one piece. In your email, it says that you're walking 3 miles a day, which I think is fantastic. I love that. But you brought in the sentence after that, which made me cringe. And that sentence says, maybe that doesn't sound like anything extreme to most people, but for me it's huge. It is huge. I'm proud of you for that. And what I want you to do is I want you to stop comparing backwards to what you believe other people think they should be doing for you. It doesn't matter if you would have said, I'm now walking 20 feet a day. If that's what your journey's taking you and that's what you're proud of, celebrate it. Who cares that other people are doing more? It doesn't matter, because somewhere out there is someone begging to get 3 miles a day in. They're begging for the opportunity to even have a chance to walk. So you going from 1 mile to 3 mile in your own journey is where I want you to focus is incredible. Congratulations on doing that. You're now at a weight that you haven't seen in 25 years. When I read that, I was thinking, that is amazing. And then I read your sentence, isn't that amazing? Yes, it is amazing. You've taken 25 years essentially and erased all that negativity, and now you feel awesome. Your self-esteem, your confidence is way up. You feel comfortable, and you've allowed yourself to accept compliments. That right there is incredible confidence. So you feel good, you look good, you're just absolutely doing 100% correct on everything. Because I said, you're a champion. And champions know what to do to get the results that they need. Continue to be the champion. I love hearing the story. I can't wait to hear the follow-up. I can't wait to just continue interacting with you in the WhysWingman Facebook group. I know it's 4 a.m. for you. I'm so glad you woke up early to hang out with us, but such an incredible honor to be able to share your email with the group and share your story. Folks, I want to take a second and just kind of continue to reemphasize that's what this show is all about. She ended her email saying she just had to get this off her chest. I promise you, and I haven't talked to her in person, and she's on Facebook, maybe she'll agree. I promise you, just writing this thing out was probably very therapeutic. And I want you to do that. I want you to write it out and send it to me if you want me to share it. If you don't want me to share it, that's fine too. But you need to take the therapy and get these negative thoughts and tell yourself how proud of yourself you are and push them out of your brain. It allows you to focus on what's coming forward and continue to make success. Shoot your emails in at onair@fatdag.com. We'll certainly work them into the mix as well. Karen, thank you. Thank you so much again. Go be a champion. Keep being a champion. This next email comes in from Nicole. Nicole says, "Hello, Mike. I recently posted to the WhysAdvice Facebook page, and I was amazed at the support that I received there. So I thought maybe I'd drop you an email to tell you my tale, as I hope it can be helpful to someone else. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's a bumpy ride. My first experience with Weight Watchers was about 14 years ago. I had 35 pounds to lose. I was 24, married, 2 young sons, and employed full-time. And I did it. I reached goal in about 6 months, and so completely sure that I could handle it on my own, I stopped going. Right? No, sir, I did not succeed on my own. Fast forward 8 years, I rejoined Weight Watchers, this time with 100 pounds to lose. That's right, 100. My family had moved across the country from Michigan to Wyoming. I became a stay-at-home mom. Really, I had the time. No excuses. Let's do this. Things were going swimmingly. I lost 37 pounds, feeling good. Then it happened. A 4-pound gain. I went to my meeting knowing that it was going to be a gain. I stood on the scale, and the receptionist looked up and said, "You're up." I nodded, and she said, with a look of shock, No, you're up a lot." Her reaction broke me. I'm not proud to say this, but I left. I left upset, and I didn't go back. I spent the next 5 years dabbling in walking and eating right, pills, lotions, smoothies, juice cleansers, etc. During this time, my youngest son joined the track team. I would go and do 5Ks with him, walking of course, and watching him excel and grow as an athlete. We moved again in July 2017 to a smaller town where the rec center is free to all the students and open to the public to join. He ran in a 10K they put on. He asked me to do it with him, to which I responded, well, maybe next year. Not really thinking about it. He found an Ironman challenge and they were putting on and he wanted me to join. Being my child, shy, he didn't want to do it alone as he didn't know anyone yet. 26.2 miles of walking or running, 2.4 miles of swimming, and 112 miles of biking. 140.6 miles to be completed in 3 months. I agreed to participate with him. The challenge began on November 1st, 2017. At this point, I was about 115 pounds overweight. Going to that rec center was one of the hardest things I have ever done. I felt so out of place, so worried that I was being judged. But I was really enjoying the activity, and I found out I can be quite competitive. I finished the challenge in 3 weeks. I actually came in 3rd place. Something inside me woke me up. I dug out my old Weight Watchers info and I tracked the last plan I worked. I lost 10 pounds over the course of the challenge, and December 7th, 2017, when I rejoined Weight Watchers and as an online-only member, because the nearest meeting was 100 miles away, I have shown up. I am here every day. At 30 pounds down, I felt amazing. At 60 pounds down, life couldn't get any better. At 90 pounds down, I didn't recognize myself. At 101 pounds down, I am proud. I track every day. I move every day. My family has been a constant support, always pushing me. The other day I was crabby, I just didn't want to go to the gym. I just started rationalizing why I didn't have to. My son at age 15 looked at me in the eye and said, "Well, that's an awful lot of negativity over there. Will you feel better if you go?" I went, and I did feel better. I still have some pounds I would like to lose, but my main focus now is to continue tracking, continue moving, and it will work itself out. My body is happier than it has ever been in years. My mind is calmer than it has been in decades. I was late to the party that is WhysAdvice, but I won't be leaving. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for your family for sharing you with us, Nicole. And then Nicole says, P.S. I did run that 10K with my son this year. I ran it in 1 hour, 19 minutes. This year, I'm registered for the half marathon. Nicole. Nicole, how awesome is that? Congratulations on you also being a champion. I guess that's going to be the theme of this show, is how to be a champion. If you want to know how to be a champion, all you got to do is listen to this show and follow the advice of these two amazing ladies who clearly understand the mindset of being a champion. No, it's not easy. No, the road is not very well paved. There's some rocks along the way that you got to navigate, but you can clearly do it. Nicole, welcome to the Facebook page, and continue to interact in there. It's an awesome group, as you know. I think your journey is kind of cool. Is that what's awesome about your opportunity is the first time you join with 35 pounds to lose. You know, I think a lot of folks when we join, even if you have 35 pounds, 20 pounds, 10, 15 pounds to lose, you know, again, the concept is we try and compare that to other people. 35 pounds is 100% of your weight loss. So it's 100% of the reason why you're not happy with your weight. So it doesn't matter the number. It's 100% of your journey. You did that. You reached goal. Congratulations. And what you did during that stage was incredible. And that sets you up for the future. As life throws you a curveball, as moving across country and all the other things that went on in your life threw you a curveball, it got to the point where you finally understood that you had to come back and take care of yourself. You did that. And because back in the day, 14 years ago, you had the courage and the discipline to stick to a 35-pound weight loss, you had proven to yourself that you could do this. And you came back to what worked. And that is the most amazing part of the story. Now, again, I will offer another apology as to someone at a place where you're going to get help who looks at you and criticizes you in a way that we're not ready to receive is terrible. I make no excuses for them, but I certainly, with my heart, reach out and apologize. But again, think of it as a gift. It's a gift that was given to you that the person didn't know they were giving. It was a gift that you received and you said, okay, I can take this information, I can do something with it. Now, it took you a couple years to get to that point. I understand that. I totally understand that. But what happened is that has never left your mind, because you wrote about it here, and I understand it. And now you've written it out, and I want you to kind of move past that. You have completely changed your life. You're now running, walking, you're swimming, you're doing everything right. You're doing exactly what you need to do. You found a little competitive spirit inside you, and that never hurts. That never is, having that little bit of competition is kind of fun. And so congratulations on igniting that fire. That purely is in your how camp as to how that gets done, is find a way to motivate yourself through competition. Having a son, having family members who enjoy that competition as well certainly doesn't help. Now, let's talk about this. 101 pounds down. 101 pounds down. Congratulations. You're proud. You should be proud. You should be so proud that you write in and share exactly what you did. I think it's awesome that you still have the amazing support in your own household of your son that looked at you and said, that's awful lot of negativity. We've got to find a way to get this negativity out of our life. The way we do that is we focus on all the things that are going right. We overshadow all the negative things with nothing but positive, and the more we focus on the positive, the more we believe it and feel it, and our brain is trained to continue to look for it. It's exactly true. You almost always feel better when you find the positive things, and you just go to the gym, you do whatever it is that was ailing you, you kind of do just the opposite, and you tackle it. That's what champions do. That's what champions do, Nicole, and congratulations on being a champion as well. Your body is happier than it's been in years. Your mind is calmer than it has been in decades. Your body is happier than it has been in years. Your mind is calmer than it has been in decades. If that isn't the goal, I don't know what is. Nicole, congratulations on just being awesome. That is just incredibly true. I'm incredibly proud of you. You are not late to this party. You are here just in time to join this amazing group and to continue to share some amazing success stories with us. So thank you so much for writing in. Thanks for being part of this community, and truly an honor to share your story as well. This next email comes in from Marsha out of Cleveland. You may recognize Marsha in the WhysWingman group. She'll be the one that'll dish out the tough love whether you want it or not. And I'm going to take a second before we get into this. And Marsha and I had an amazing opportunity to do the Indy Ultimate this year, last year, 2018, right? And having the opportunity to meet her in person was life-changing for me. She has an amazing heart. She has an amazing spirit. Everything about this woman is just phenomenal. And so, sometimes this online community, it doesn't show the true person, right? You get a little snippet of a post, and you kind of, depending on where you're at when you read it, you may or may not be ready for the message, but I promise you there is nothing but love beaming out of this woman's heart. And so she also had the opportunity to write in on a previous podcast to share some of her story, which is truly amazing. But this particular one says, hi, Mike. Hey, if you're bombarded with emails, you don't even have to mention this. I don't want to be an email hog, but hey, just an FYI, I am super proud. After my short bout with complacency, well, it was long to me, I've come back with a vengeance. I am on fire. I won't go into details because it's all over the Facebook page, but 2019 is my year. I am 4.6 pounds from goal, and I will hit it in a couple of weeks. I've become deliberate with my exercise. I thank you for that word. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for everything, and I'm glad your life will be getting back to a new normal. Sending love to the family. Marsha in Happy Land. Marsha. How awesome are you? 4 pounds, a little over 4 pounds from goal? That's not a word we were talking about 2.5 years ago, right? So congratulations on completely changing your life. Congratulations on being an incredible inspiration. Congratulations on showing other people what success looks like. Congratulations on being a champion. I'm going to use that word again because it fits here too. You're proud of yourself. So if nothing else changes, if you finally develop internal self-pride, does the rest of it matter? Almost always no, but you actually went beyond that. You actually went from beyond being proud to actually being awesome and other people seeing it. That's what's awesome about your email. So congratulations on coming back with a vengeance. Stop comparing yourself to other people. And so you talk about your bout with complacency and say, what was long to me? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. This is 100% your journey. So just take it, own it, move on with it. Don't anticipate what other people would have done. Don't anticipate what other people would have thought. Just work your plan, stay in your lane, and you will get the results you put the effort towards. It's that simple. You will get the results from the effort that you put towards. Do that. Continue to do that. Continue doing exactly what you're doing because it's working. It's working. Clearly, it's working. And what's awesome about it working is that we get to celebrate. Celebrating is the best part of this show. So what is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to FatDag.com, click on the WhysAdvice podcast to send in those celebrations. You can also send in your comments or questions. You know I'll work them in as part of the show. That's how this show works. You email in, I read it. It's that simple. You don't email in, I don't read it. It's that simple. I really want you to share all of this because I want you to be proud of what you're doing. I want you to get the help that you need. I want you to get whatever you feel you need to benefit from this journey to make it happen. I want you to share with others so they can get that. That's what builds this community. You heard at the very opening of this show. The very first thing was, as Karen went to a judo class and found a group of people who understood her. That's what changed her life. Her life completely changed when she found a group of people who were walking a similar journey and accepted her for who she was. That's what we do here. We have a group of people who understand each other. We get each other. And we accept each other. And that is what changes lives. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whew. Was that catch up on yeah, looks like we lost the live feed. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see if the computer is going to help me out. Come on, computer. No. At least, yay. Hopefully we're back. Looks like we're back live. Maybe not. So I'm not sure. Let me see if I can change one thing. See if that makes a difference. Anyway, Corey says I'm on. Good. Looks like I'm back. Woo, Facebook is free. Here it is. Yeah. So I now have a green light on my end. So whoo. It's computer. Maybe 3 is just too much. I got to figure that piece out, but it's all good. Let's see. So yeah, anyway, 248 in the books. Still on Facebook, but I did freeze for a little bit. So I'm not frozen. Teasing with you. We're back. Facebook is hereditary. Very fun. All right. So Ellen says, taking control of my life is my why. That's an incredible why. That's what you need to do. Take back your life. Yep, you could do that. Maggie says, do you know when you'll be in St. Louis? 11 through 15 Feb. Debbie, you'll be live on Facebook the whole time. Gotcha. Let's see. Connie says, still here. Good. Yep. Got it. Amazing show, says Dee. Thank you. I love it. That's why I do it. It's, can you tell I enjoy this? I don't know if you can. I know they up there, they love me, and they're awesome family members, but I'm positive they hate me yelling in the house. Let me back up. I don't know if they hate it or not. I hate yelling in the middle of the house. I'm a loud talker. I'm a loud person, right? And so when it's time to talk, energy comes through as volume for me. That's the only way I can control it. So, yep. Bev says, can I change my order to the red shirt? I chose the wrong shirt for my order tonight. Yes, Bev, you can. I don't know how. Let me make a note of that. Same size, just different color. I can make that switch. That's easy enough. Let's see. San Francisco or somewhere in California. Phoenix is about as close, or Seattle is the plan this time. Jan says, you are military. What does that mean? What's that mean? Maria says, when will New York City be? And what is the date? March 23rd. Bev says, yes, thanks. Lee Blue was 2018. She wants 2019. Got it. I can do that. Very good. I can make that change for you. All right. Yeah, I will do that on Descend. Very easy. Let's see what else is going on. Tomorrow we're off. We're starting tomorrow's Monday. I'm not off. It's Mondag. Mondag is the day where I take a day off from my military job and do some catching up on the FatDag type stuff. So 3 to 4 in the afternoon is a chat. You should have seen that. Colleen is when it's Tulsa. Tulsa is May 24th. Whatever that Sunday is. Karen D, New York City, 5K or meetup. So Karen will probably, it's going to be March, so I'd probably have to play that by ear. I'd like to do something in Central Park. Maybe we just sit together in Central Park and just sit and hug, I don't know. Yeah. But we'll figure something out, but I'll be there. Phoenix, April 27th. Mondag should be a national holiday. I agree. Dina says I'll be at the dentist tomorrow at 3. Reschedule. Come on. Reschedule that. Yep. Let's see. Alice, I got you that. Yep. Very fun. Let's see. Steve says let's plan a trip to Seattle or Arizona. My vote is Arizona. Very nice. Marsha says I'm also on my phone. Maybe that's why. Any update on Houston? Houston is in my inbox still. But yes, January 20th. But that's as much as I know. Northeast, the Woodlands area. I will get that this week, I promise you. That's coming up soon. Awesome. Marie says if it's in Central Park, wherever, please let us know. March 23rd is all I know at this point. I have no real. Actually, probably it won't be the 23rd. It'll be the 22nd or the 24th. Actually, 23rd I have a meeting. So, yep. Let's see. When is Guam? Guam is September 3rd. Totally kidding, Guam. Minneapolis. What did I say for Minneapolis? I don't know if I picked the date for Minneapolis yet. Toronto will be the same as last year. Toronto will be. We'll do the Pride Run up in Toronto. So that's the plan. We had so much fun up there doing the Pride Run that I will kind of keep that on the list. And it rained so heavily that day that it was such a rain out that I want to do that when it's not raining. So yeah, September 31st, Lee. That's a much better. No, it's totally international. We're going back to Toronto. Yep. So Corinne says, thanks for the focus tonight. Good night to all. Yes, this is all about good focus, right? It's all about good focus. Getting it done, and just taking care of ourselves. So awesome stuff. So let's see. Let's go ahead and roll this thing in. This is, again, always want to say thanks to you. Marsha says I'll come to Toronto. Toronto's an easy drive from here. I forget what it was. It was like 7 or 8 hours. It wasn't terrible. It was fun. Yeah, Indy was rain too, but Indy was a different kind of rain. Indy was fun in the rain. Toronto was miserable in the rain, but we had fun with it. Yeah, we had fun with it. Barb says 30 days has September. Helen says thank you for your rocking energy. I couldn't do this show without the energy, right? Hello, thank you for calling. Welcome to the WhysAdvice podcast. You can do this. If you want to lose weight, just do it. It's I guess if you want, just do it. Not quite the same show, right? You need some energy. So, which of course requires me to yell. It's just the way it is. Debbie, hopefully, let's see if you're in there, Debbie. You start scrolling through, you'll know. I updated it today, so very fun. Alice says I can't wait for you to come here. Yep, I can't wait to get everywhere. Robin over on YouTube says, help. I put 5 or 6 good days together and then I have a blowout day. Understand that mentality for sure. Here's the best I can tell you is use some visualization techniques, right? Knowing that's going to happen, knowing that has been your history, find a way to prep for it. Meaning, if it's typically a Saturday or Sunday, which is for a lot of us, that's what it is, then what I need you to do is 2 or 3 days before that day, have the things on hand that you can have as a go-to. Have your favorite low point meal for dinner on the weekend, right? And there are some amazing low point deals, low point meals that you like to have, but you're not going to have them on hand in an emergency. So you have to, if Saturday and Sunday is your weakness, then prep it so that on Friday you have what you need to make Saturday and Sunday successful. So, Wendy, did I say St. Louis 9 through 11 Feb? No, I said 11 through 16 Feb. But I don't know all the details. I know I'm coming 11 through 16 tentatively. I'm waiting for, when I get into work on Tuesday, I'll see if those dates are confirmed or not. But I should be there 11 through 16. If that's the case, then the morning of the 16th is when we'll do some sort of event, and then I'll drive back to Indy. That's kind of the deal. Robin, you're very welcome. That's why we're here. for sure. We're here to make this whole thing work. So, Jan says prepping is so. Yeah, I know. Important. Very fun. Yeah, important. And it's not so much, and there's levels of prep, right? I mean, there's prep. The biggest thing with prep is have it on hand. On Saturday night, you're not running to the store to grab a banana. You're just not. But if it's in the house, you may eat it. There's a much better chance of you eating it if it's in the house. We go through bananas here. What's kind of fun is like Janine awesomely buys bananas every single week, and some weeks we throw them all away. Of all the things we buy, bananas are the least expensive. But if they're here, there's a 10% chance I'll grab one. If they're not here, there's a 0% chance I'm grabbing one. So, yep. Joni says, dress warm. Houston will be cool next weekend. Jamie's asking, any idea for New Hampshire? The plan is over the July 4th weekend is the plan. Let's see. Sunday, April 29th. I'm not sure what that. Marsha? Sunday, April 29th. I don't know. Jane says, I have veggie soup in the freezer, fruit in the fridge. Bingo. Robin says, trying to find balance between prepping and mindfulness, but not totally consumed with this journey. So we got to dig into why you're doing it, Robin. That's gonna have to power you. So if you're tracking and you're doing all the things right, you're very heavily on how, and how works, right? Knowing how to do this is very, very important. But the problem with how is at some point how gets boring, and you master it, and then you don't know why you're doing it, and you've proven you can do it, so you just kind of stop. You need to dig into why you're doing it and allow that to be your fuel. That's what gets it done. So, Jamie says July 3rd is the run to the 50 at the Gillette. Join me. Jamie, shoot me that in an email. That sounds kind of fun. There's a chance for that. I'll be in that area. My plan is to be in that area that weekend. So that may be something to consider. No promises, because I'm going to be a little further north. But I'll probably be about 3 hours north. But it's worth the trip to come down to run the 50 at the Gillette, especially if the Patriots win the Super Bowl. Let's see. Instagram says second time try. Sorry, Twitter says second time trying WW. It works, and then I fall off the wagon. Same kind of concept. You got to be powered by why you're doing this. So episode, I believe it's 184. Dig into that. It gives you 5 questions to walk yourself through as to why you're doing that. The first question is what do you expect to get out of this journey, right? That's the number one question. Ask yourself that. Write it down. The next question is, do you believe you can do this? Ask yourself that honestly. Answer it on paper with a pen. Third question is, what's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life? Detail that out. As you write that, you'll develop the strength, and you'll learn about how strong you are. And that strength will tell you that you can also do this. If you've made it through the hardest thing in your life, do you think writing down Snickers bar in your app is easier or harder than that? It's significantly easier. Ask yourself what's in your way. What's stopping you? What's really holding you back? Ask yourself that and write it down. And then the last question I want you to ask yourself is who? Who was responsible for your success? I said it over and over again. As much as I would love to be responsible for your success, I just can't be. As much as I would love the WhysWingman community to be responsible for your success, they can't be. As much as I would love Oprah to be responsible for your success, she can't be. The only person who is responsible for your success is you. You can't push that anywhere but you. Walk through those questions on paper. The reason that's important is because as you start having success, I want you to go back and read all that and find the strength to keep going. That's how this whole thing works. You got to trick yourself into knowing why you're doing it. And then before you know it, you write in saying, oh my God, I feel awesome. I'm the happiest I've been in years. So that's what this is all about. Lee says, Oprah can be responsible for your monthly dues. For sure. For sure. Very fun. Jan said there's a free 5K bowl run at the Chicago Speedway in Joliet, May 25th. I'll be in Tulsa that weekend. 6 p.m. race, Jamie, got it. Okay, so just like I said, shoot me that one in particular because I will be in that area close enough on that day. I want to look at it and see if it's something I want to do. Very fun. All right. On that note, how long have we been doing this? About 30 minutes or so. Let's see if I do have a clock anywhere on my computer. Yeah, we've been streaming for 1 hour, 12 minutes. 1 hour, 13 minutes. I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome that you guys hung out for that long. Truly an honor to walk this journey with you. Thank you to all the amazing patrons who've continued to support the show. Thank you for every single one of you. For those of you who want to be, that just haven't yet, thank you for that. Thank you for wanting to be. That's cool enough, really, you know. But anyway, on that note, let's wrap this thing up, shall we? Thank you guys on Facebook. Thank you guys on Instagram. Sorry, on Twitter. And, of course, thank you, all of you on Facebook as well. Let's go ahead and sign this thing off. I wish you great focus, because the journey has nothing to do with luck. You got to remain disciplined and focused. Like I say at the end of every podcast, that's what it takes to get it done. Continue to get it done. Thank you. Have a good night.